If you have been following me on Instagram, you know that I started skateboarding again. Yeah, I've started to take it more seriously after coming from Japan, which is like 3-4 months ago. Goal is to do it for 4 times a week for a couple of hours, 1-2 hours, 4 times a week. Okay, here are the tricks I've learned or learning so far. Keep in mind this is my best attempt. I will put a counter how many tries it took me to land it for this clip. Okay, let's start off with Ollies. My problem right now with Ollies is evening the board out in the air. As you can see, before the back tail of the board is fully up, I've already started to push it down with my front leg. That's not good. To fix this, I'll keep the front leg bent in the air for a little bit longer the next time I'll go try to do them. Frontside 180s. It's getting better, but I need to get more comfortable landing switch. Also, my feet most of the time land close to each other. I need to spread my legs more. Here I got it back to back, which is rare for me, so I'm super happy. Pop Shuv-it. I find them easier than regular Shuv-its, even though I don't get as much height as I would like. Actually, now that I look at these clips, there is no pop on some of them, even though the nose goes up. This trick for me is like the Ollie. I've practiced it so many times, but it's still bad. Oh well, but I think it's fun. I like pop Shuv-its. Also, I haven't overcome the fear of landing on a board, and I think that holds me back a lot. Frontside pop Shuv-it. The problem I'm having here is the board going behind me, and I think the reason for this is my back foot. Front leg isn't supposed to do anything anyways, just go up. But the back foot needs to shove it more forward. As you can see, mine goes mostly down and not enough forward. So if you can like imagine the vectors of force, you need to have them more pushing forward, not only down. Okay, physics, yeah, anyways. My problem is I think too much about physics when I'm doing tricks, but I think it's better if I just zone out and don't think about anything and just do it. Because of this, my board becomes rocketed and doesn't complete the 180 rotation. I try to compensate for this by jumping backwards, but I think it's not good. Look how far I'm jumping, WTF. Backside 180. I have to be honest, I have barely practiced this trick. Even though it's part of the fundamentals, I don't like it because it's scary to land backwards on a board where I cannot see it. From what I see here, the reason I'm struggling with it are my shoulders. They go in the opposite direction of my board, and that's not good. And because of that, I cannot get the full 180 rotation. Another problem is me landing on my toes again. I knew at this point that shoulders are important and tried using them to wind up the rotation, but it looks like I didn't follow through. Board slide. I love to do them on this curve, and that's about it. Took only a sesh to figure them out, don't have any more footage. Heelflip. Heelflip is my favorite trick. This trick I've probably done more often than Ollie, and I still can't land it. Joke's on you, I actually did it today, and I landed it multiple times. I just woke up, the weather was good, and I thought to myself, today is the day. Just look at that. But let's see what I was struggling with for the longest time. Popping and the flicking part I figured out after some time, but I couldn't get both my feet on. Then I got stuck on only getting my back foot on. The front leg was landing either in front of the nose or behind the board. I figured it became my safety mechanism and I couldn't overcome it. I tried popping harder, flicking faster, doing the ninja kick, tried it stationary and rolling. And then I tried holding my knees up a little bit longer in the air. That helped somewhat, but I was still landing with my flicking foot in front of my nose. And then it hit me. My popping foot was always pushing my board back. Meanwhile, my jumping was forward towards the nose. So in a way I was jumping away from the board in a rolling direction. By adjusting my balance to go straight up and my popping foot to go straight down, I was able to land it. I'm actually so happy to be able to land this trick every 10th time if I'm lucky. 50-50 ledge. I was able to do them one day after some help from a stranger. Haven't practiced them since that. 50-50 square rail. I just randomly decided to give it a try. Locking the trucks in and holding the balance is a lot of fun. Now I just need to figure out how to get on the rail. Two stairs. I've landed it before, I swear, but for some reason today I couldn't do it. Actually, here, look at my Insta post. See? I landed it. But some days I get stuck on doing the Ollie wrong way, especially if I'm already tired. Here we can clearly see that I forgot to hold my knees up and did the thing again where I push the board down with my front foot before it evens out in the air. Also, my board flips forward because I'm so used to land on the toes when jumping normally. And as always, I lack commitment. And that's why I want to land as fast as possible instead of flying and staying in the air. You do that by holding your knees up and waiting for the board to even out. Fakey big spin. I had no plans of learning this trick until someone challenged me to it in a game of skate. And I was like, no way I can do that. But the person was kind and showed me the steps on how to do it. And I kind of understood it. It's not as difficult as you think. All you need to know are fakey shove-its. Then add a pivot in the beginning and you're good. The only thing I'm missing is the commitment, and getting hit in the ankle reduces it. But to avoid that, I just need to lift my knees higher. I also see that I use my shoulders correctly here to wind up. I was only missing the last 45 degrees. I'm not very consistent with my balance for this trick. Sometimes the board flips forward, but I can feel it when my balance is just right. The goal is to find it every time. Yeah. I noticed that it helps a lot, and I mean a lot, to ask people in the skate park about help. I've only had positive experiences so far. Everyone is happy to help me. Another thing is to not be afraid to try new things. I've been asked to do a game of skate a couple of times. My initial response is, I don't know any tricks, but I joined the game anyway and try to do them as best as possible. I'll obviously fail, but that gives me an opportunity to ask if they can explain how to do the trick after the game. That's how I learned frontside pop shove-it and fakey big spin. If you want to see when I tried skateboarding for the first time, check out this other video, but honestly, after that video I didn't continue with skateboarding. I think I only did skateboarding to make a video out of it. So yeah, nothing serious, but it's still pretty fun to look at. Towards the end here, I just want to say that you can expect weekly videos about my skateboarding progression here on this channel. I'll share all the tips I've learned and mistakes I've done. So subscribe, see you next one, bye!